I haven't really thought seriously about strategic bombing in a long, long time. So I spent the last 2 or 3 weeks getting caught up with the current scholarship and everything else. And it's funny how you change, right? When you step away from something for a while and you come back to it. But what you come back to, you a while back had a significant base of knowledge. And then you come back to it, but you come back to it with a different perspective. And I've actually come away after the last couple of weeks with a much greater respect for the American Army Air Forces in World War II for their ability to adapt and adjust. I mean, again, I love Richard Overy's quote, right? I mean, yeah, you can make the counterfactual argument that the United States should have placed much more of those resources from bombers to ground divisions. But you know what? That ain't really the American way of war. The American way of war has always been premised on the use of technology, firepower. And we shouldn't feel bad about that, right? I mean, those are the advantages that the United States gives to its military forces. I hope that answered the question.
I'm wondering if you could comment a little bit more on your statement that all war is unethical, but sometimes necessary.
I know. It's a contradiction. It's probably an oxymoron. And when I saw the title, I'm like, the ethics of strategic bombing. And again, I think, so the way I tried to focus my talk was on the ethics of how a military organization fights a war. But if you want to look at war from its destructive effects, it's hard for me to parse out big ethical differences between the American approach, the British approach, the American approach, and over the Japanese home. I mean, in 2 or 3 days of firebombing raids in February 1945, close to 200,000 Japanese are killed. And General LeMay, a year or two after the war, says, yeah, we burned, baked, and boiled hundreds of thousands of Japanese. Had to be done. And in his cold, hard way, I think he's right, because it did produce a better state of peace.